Hey guys, right, okay, so I'm not gonna do the stop-start stuff. Where we stop in, greeting everybody. I think it just breaks the flow, and I've said that a few times. Um, but I'll stick around after if anyone's interested and they want to talk a bit further about this and whatnot. So the topic that I'm going to talk about is sales. Like, why sales? And I think that there's a thing that everyone has to be aware of. That sales. Everything's sales. Life is sales. Life is a commission. And I did a post about this actually quite recently, saying, what's the world's oldest profession? And it's one of those things, isn't it, that like it's a bit tongue in cheek, but it's one of them things that, yeah, what's the world's oldest profession? Everyone usually turns on and they'll say it's prostitution. That's the oldest profession in the world. But guys, listen, there's a step before the prostitution. They have to sell themselves first. And I think that sales has had a very bad rep given to it over time, because there's a lot of people that's moving into that sales space or what's being involved in the sales space, and all they are is just con artists. They're not professionals at all. They are con artists. And I think that that's the real thing that we've got to wrap our head around, is that like sales it's communication, it's rapport, it's relationship, it's all those things. It's not about trying to con people into buying something that they don't want. And want being the word there, by the way, is that like people need a lot of things, but until they want it, you're fighting a challenging battle. Now, that's not saying that you shouldn't sell them things that they need, but you've got to really educate them on what they need. You sell them the things that they want, and then educate them on the things that they need. And I think that when you learn to really communicate on a deep level, when you really learn to connect with people, to question them, no probing questions, and this is part of sales, like you being able to listen, like you probe, and then be able to listen to them, really listen, really pay attention. Then you can start to marry up that conversation with products or services that you have, or maybe even it's not something that you do have. Maybe it's that somebody else who has that, and you can introduce them to them, and that's what networking is. That's real networking. And I think that, again, sales has just been beaten on for a long time. And I saw somebody this morning. It was really funny actually. They did a prank video where they were like a parody, and they were dressed up pretending to be a high pressure salesperson, training their team, telling them that they're going to stay in the house, you can't leave, you've got to put them under pressure. And I think that that's the thing, is that unfortunately most people visualize sales that way. They visualize it as manipulating people in an unethical way. Now, and I say in an unethical way because I do believe that in sales there's a certain element of manipulation that's needed to be used, because you need to manipulate people's process of thinking. You need to change the way that they think. And this is not about manipulating them in a bad way. It's about just allowing them to open up. And let me explain what I mean by that, just so you don't get that out of context. What I mean by that is, if you walk into the Carphone warehouse shop in a shopping centre, or any phone shop, most shops for that matter, but I use a phone shop because it's one that probably resonates most with people. But you walk into that shop, and the salesperson, the supposedly salesperson, comes half-heartedly sloping across over to you, and they're like, "Hey, can I help you?" And you turn around and say, "No, I'm just looking." Now, that is true, you are just looking, but you've gone in there looking at something specifically. It might be to look at the new iPhone, it might be to look at the latest Android or Samsung or whatever it is, but you can guarantee you've not just gone in there just to waste time. Maybe you've gone in to waste time, but you've still gone in to look at something. Now, your job as a salesperson is to manipulate that conversation in an ethical way to get that person to open up, to take down those barriers that they're not really listening to anything. They've got their own agenda. They're thinking for themselves, and they've not even really processed. They've not even really like listen, like they've heard what you've said, but they've not really listened. Do you know? And hopefully you know what I mean by that, because there's a huge difference between hearing people and then listening to people. And I think that we've got very good at hearing, but we've got really bad at listening. And this is what happens in this situation. So there's a certain aspect of manipulation that needs to come in there to get them to listen, not just hear what you're saying, but to listen. So sales is great. Sales is really good, especially especially if you like people. You've got to be a people person, and I think that's the real hook to this, is that you have to like people. You want to find out about that person. It's great to have product knowledge. It's great to be knowledgeable on product, but I can tell you this now: if you don't like people, it doesn't make a difference how knowledgeable you are on that product. You're going to struggle in sales. You might get lucky, you might make the right person, the right call, the right thing at the right time, but listen, that's not your game. You got to like people. You got to like people. You got to listen to them. You got to probe them. You got to question them. And sales will be a great career for anybody that likes people. Why else should you be involved in it? Like, the commission, listen, guys, listen. The commission, the money that you can make in sales is a blank check. You know, like, why would you not want to be in a career that's completely in your control? Like, you dictate how much you get earned, like how much you earn, how much money you get paid. Like, you are literally given a blank check, and you're what's signed, and you're just filling in the blanks. Like, so, like, sales allows you to dictate the commission that you earn by your effort, by your attitude, and attitude being the real important statistic there as well. There's a real good play on the words attitude, and if you numerologic, I can't say that word right now, Joe. What's the word? I've just gone blank. Basically, when you convert a letter to a number, alphanumerical. There we go, got there in the end. Okay, so A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, etc. And if you take the word knowledge and convert each one of those and add the numbers up, it comes to something like 97. So you look at that as 97%. If you take the word hard work and add those up, it comes to something like 98%. You take the word attitude and add those words up, and it comes to 100%. And so the moral of that story is that, you know, hard work and knowledge will get you so far, but your attitude is the thing that will take you all the way. That will be the thing that determines how successful you are, not just in sales though, but in everything, in all life, in business and everything. Your relationships, your marriage, your partnerships, like everything revolves around that attitude. But so does your commission. Like, if your attitude's not right, it doesn't make a difference how gifted you are. Like, and this is for another discussion, by the way. Gifted, I think that, in fact, I know I've taken many different people from lots of different backgrounds. You know, like, what I'm talking about here is, you know, introverts, extroverts, ambiverts. I've taken all different types of salespeople, or different kinds of people, and trained them to be very good salespeople. So it is always attitude, always, and it makes such a huge difference. The commission you can make, if the attitude's right and the training's good, and, you know, you buy into the stuff, like, you can do well, very, very well in a sales career. Like, commission is just, you know, yeah, you know, it's good, it's really good. And I think that this is the thing that people miss. Like, they're scared to use the word sales. They're scared, and they make up these BS excuses and titles and call themselves business development managers or business development executives or account executive. You're a salesperson, dude. Like, that's what it comes down to. You're a salesperson, and this is, be proud. Be proud to be a salesperson. Like, you've got the control. Really have. You've got the control of your life, your destiny, your income. Commission's brilliant. The lifestyle, you know, the lifestyle that you can have when you're a sales guy, like, is just great. I say sales guy, sales gal. I've had probably some of my best salespeople I had back in the days were female salespeople, you know, and, like, girls, you rock, guys, you rock. Like, but again, it comes down to what I was talking about earlier on. Like, you like people, you do well. You don't like people, you're going to struggle. And it is about building that relationship. And if you can't build that relationship, then you need to start on yourself and build a relationship with yourself first, because that's really where it's failing. If you can't build a relationship with others, then there's some deep work that probably needs to be done on yourself, because there's an issue that's you're not allowing yourself to build a relationship, because you need to work on yourself. And I've got contacts, I've got an involvement with a company that are absolute just masters at this kind of stuff, and we've got a framework, some technology that we put together called Rise, which is all about releasing internal self-limiting emotions. There's a great phrase there which is called, you got to feel it to heal it. And these guys, half an hour, 30 minutes, like, and boom, any issue, challenges, phobias, fears, like, gone, done, boom, just as quick as that. And it lasts, it sticks around. This is not like something that's just gone, like it's gone like forever. So there's a lot of really exciting lifestyle moves, opportunities, things that you can do. Like, why am I telling you all this? Like, the reason I'm telling you all this, I want people to fall in love with that career. I want people to realise that, like, sales is not dirty. Sales is not a horrible thing. It's something that is incredible. It allows you, like I said earlier, the commission, the lifestyle that it allows you to have is incredible. Like, and I think I got lost along the way. I ventured into sales at 20 years old. And I did well, like I did incredibly well, and I just learned, but I learned, I surrounded myself with the right people. I surrounded myself in the right environment that was designed to win, and I did well. I did very, very well. Great lifestyle, great money, met some great people that I'm still friends with to this day. Like, it's just a great lifestyle to be involved with. So the reason I'm telling you this is I want people to genuinely fall in love. If you've got BDM written on your business card, if you've got BDM on your LinkedIn title, get rid of it. Delete that shit. Like, seriously, guys, like, fall in love with sales, because it's great. Tell them that you're the sales director. Tell them that you're the VP of sales. Tell them that you are head of sales, whatever it is, sales associate, like, just be passionate and fall in love with sales, because it makes a difference. And then when you fall in love with it, when you fall in love with the title, with selling, with helping people, with relationships, the commission comes, and so do the toys. Like you can get some good toys. You can have some good toys, whether that's the bling, whether it's the watches, whether it's the pens. We did all this. We had the car. I bought an M3, 4 months old. Like, absolutely fantastic, with boss suits. Like the shit's just there. The pens, the Mont Blancs. If I've still got one. 300 quid pen, just nuts in it. But I'm not bragging with any of that stuff. It's not there to brag. It's just to say that the lifestyle that's available when you become a practitioner in that space, and why would you not, if you're going to pick any space to be a practitioner in, why not be one that puts you in control of your destiny? And I'm not saying that money is the most important thing, but it helps. It gives you opportunities, and I think that it buys you breathing space. And I think anybody that's not got any money right now, especially with the situation that we've gone through, you realise how valuable money is. And so, I think there's a bad education that a lot of people have had about money. I think that if we go on the street and ask most people a series of questions, they'll all answer the same way. If I go onto the street and I say, money is the root of, everyone will say, money is the root of all evil. If I go on the street and say, money doesn't grow, you can guarantee most people's going to say, it doesn't grow on trees. If you can't afford it, don't get it. Live within your means. Like, all this stuff that's been spoon-fed to us, and it's a learnt behaviour that's been given to us all throughout our lives, right up until now, like, it's wrong. Most of it's wrong. Most of it's not the right information to have. Like sales is a bad profession. Sales are all salespeople are. No, they're not. They're not at all. Like, the opportunity that you've got is just incredible in this career. So, why am I telling you this? Again, I fall in love with it. And if you or anyone you know is passionate about people, passionate about helping people, and excited about the concept of falling in love with sales, I'm looking for a couple of people. I want to train them. I want to develop them. I want to get the bling if that's what they want. If they're inspired by that stuff, listen, I salute that. If they want to help more people, I salute that. Like, whatever's passionate, like, drives them, then tag them in, share this video to them, tell them to message me, because there's a big opportunity. big opportunity. Guys, I'm checking out. Listen, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. I say this all the time, but I genuinely mean it now. Like, I'm going to start doing a lot more of this stuff. The lives, that is, by the way. I'm start doing a lot more of this kind of stuff. But guys, if you know anyone that's interested in this, so anyone that's, wanting to, fall in love with sales, help people, get some great commission, and they'll love the lifestyle, get the toys, whatever it is that's important to them, like tag them, share them, tell them, whatever it is, like, this is a great opportunity, like, and I'm looking for a couple, maybe even 4.